Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Grumpy3232 and we are playing Satisfactory 1.0. So here we go.
Initiating dispersion. Attention Pioneer, I am Ada, your personal instance of the artificial directory and assistant. Welcome to the Fixit Incorporated Save the Date program. A Fixit Pioneer has 3 core assignments. Construct. All pioneers must follow Fixit guidelines and instructions when constructing any building. Automate. Every pioneer is responsible for setting up and managing efficient pipelines, outposts, and power infrastructure. Explore and exploit. Fixit selected planets are rich with resources suitable for direct use or further investigation. Stay within your designated. And that is why the world is counting on pioneers like you.
What the?
Fixit. Short-term solutions to long-term problems.
Alright, come on. Let's get us down.
Planetfall.
Initiate faster.
Atmospheric entry in 3, 2, 1.
Yahoo!
Drag within acceptable parameters. Descent phase begun. Decelerating. Deploying parachute. Deploying backup parachute. Skipping parachute. Landing phase begun. Activating retro propulsion. Touchdown. Planetfall complete. Drop pod integrity nominal. Omni situational exploration suit nominal. Pioneer. Acceptable.
What do you mean acceptable? Grab our little tool. Come on.
Congratulations. You are the third in your region to survive planetfall. Welcome to Massage 2, ABB, in the binary system of Akicha. Loading objective-based introduction. Begin onboarding. First contact safety tool supplied due to presence of alien megafauna. Adhere to Fixit procedure and equip the Fixit Inc. Xeno Zapper before leaving the drop zone. Next objective. Dismantle the drop pod. Fixit Incorporated is cost-effective and efficient. We do not waste. The drop pod will be recycled to construct the first stage of the habitat and utility base, often referred to as the hub.
Alright, okay.
Next objective. Use the build gun to construct the hub. Iron is a base component necessary for all near-future progress, so ensure you build the hub close to iron sources. Fixit does not pay by the kilometer.
Alright. We'll fix it later. But, pun intended.
The hub terminal
Anyways.
and bench are only the humble beginnings of a successful Fixit pioneer, but essential for the next steps of onboarding. Once finished, the hub will function as your base of operations. Next objective. Complete hub upgrade 1.
Alright.
Hub upgrade 1, storage and frame, completed. Equipment like the portable miner can now be made in the workshop. Congratulations on completing your first milestone, the first of many providing access to new recipes and technologies for the Fixit mission. Next objective. Complete hub upgrade 2.
Alright, so.
Potential edible collected. Eating it and surviving does not count as a valid field test and does not generate enough data for Fixit to make an informed decision. Store this potential resource for later use.
Okay, as I was gonna say, we are gonna get going. I need about 50 iron ore, so we will start digging that out. And I'm gonna grab these as well. We're gonna head over here, get this thing fixed up. So what I was gonna say is, this is kind of very uneven ground, so I don't have what I need yet to be able to build a proper base. So for right now, this will do. I will just work with this, and it'll help me just kind of get like started and whatnot. So yeah, we'll get started, get the base going, and I'll be back once I have all the hub upgrades done. It's just really super simple. I mean, you just mine iron, and then you'll end up mining copper. And then in here you gotta make, 10 panels. Boom. Make 20 of these. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Now you got more done. Oh, now I need now I need wire. Okay. Whoa, what is that? Is that copper? So then you just come over to the copper. You fight this guy. Boom, you get splitter remains. Then you destroy this. Boom, that should be enough copper.
Their weaponized plasma is most likely stored as a stable chemical substance in an organ close to their mouth, and only turns volatile when exposed to one of the chemical elements in the air. Preserve the remains for later study.
Oh, and would you look at that? I need more iron as well. So yeah, I'll just get all this done and come back when it's completed. And yeah, that should be good. See you in a little bit. One thing I did want to say real quick is oh, there's no node. How do I mine? You simply just press E. It's like it says, press E to start mining iron ore. And there's 3 purities. There's impure, normal, and pure. Impure gives you 30, normal gives you 60, and pure gives you 120 when you start using the miner. So that's something to keep in mind. All I'm gonna say is you do not know how much I miss automation in this game. I hate the onboarding process so much.
Level required of a Fix-It pioneer. Fix-It looks forward to your future achievements, because a future with Fix-It is a future with you. Tier 1 and 2 milestones are now available in the hub, and biomass burners can now be built individually. Your first official objective is to initiate project assembly by building the space elevator. This objective will take a significant amount of resources, so Fix-It recommends getting to work.
Alright, so now that we got that stupid thing done, we'll do that guy there. He's hitting the gritty. Alright, so just trying to get some like basic materials set up. So you shouldn't be able to do this, but I'm cheating of sorts because I don't want to have to walk around a bunch. And it's easier to like record videos and whatnot with flight enabled. So, alright, so we're gonna get some leaves. Try and get the biomass burners up, and with them up and running, we'll be able to start really making some progress. So I won't record this because this is also pretty boring, and I'm sure you don't want to hear the repeated click of the button of the key trying to pick up all these leaves. So with that being said, I will be back in a few minutes once I clear this area, get a bunch of leaves going and whatnot. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I finally got everything set to where I can start getting some automation completed. So here's what we're gonna do, right? So I need iron is like one of the main things that I need, so I need that, and then I need to smelt it, and then I can construct it. Alright, so this can only do 30 per minute. And I cannot underclock it yet, so that's fine. And then here we'll have this making the iron plates, which uses 30. Alright. And then this one, we'll get this one. We'll get this one set up to make iron rods. Let's also get power set up. This is just like a basic setup, nothing too fancy. In all honesty, just trying to get started. I don't know where it's gonna be the best. We'll just send it off over here. Again, need to smelt it, and then constructor. Get that going down into there, iron and rods. And we'll just put that in there. Alright. And again, power, super simple power setup. Boom, boom. And then that'll connect over there. Alright. Next, I need to run power over to where I'm going to be making the concrete. And this just needs a miner and a constructor. I need more iron plates. So let's turn these guys on. And I'm going to need to make 6 more or 2 more reinforced plates, because I thought I had splitters, but I don't, and splitters are extremely useful. Alright, run that guy there. Boom, boom, boom. And then we'll run over here. because I still need more iron plates. We'll get this guy creating concrete. Concrete. And, let's see, this guy should be good now. So he's got some plates. So this is all just gonna be like a basic setup. I'm not making anything like too fancy yet. Power grid. Oh no. I thought I was pretty good. Apparently not. So now what we need to do is we need to build a biomass burner. Biomass burner. Just get that guy there. We'll throw that in there. I need cable. Make some cables. That guy is full. Simple dimple. Get that going. Now we up to 70 megawatts. Super simple, simple dimple. Alright, and then so we'll get this guy 2 copper ingots. And then he needs that. And this guy will, for right now, create wire. See how this guy's doing. And honestly, now that I got this super simple setup going, it's just kind of a waiting game. Waiting till everything's all set up. Like I gotta wait till I get 200 concrete, 100 plates, and 100 rods. So yeah, we'll just toss all this into there for right now. Kind of get it when I need it. And now I'm gonna go spend more time collecting foliage, so that way I can have biomass and work on expanding biomass generation as well, or power generation, not biomass generation, but power generation. So I'll be back in a bit again. Alright, so when I said that this was only a temporary placement, this is what I meant, right?
Milestone
I'm gonna
reached.
start that.
Several new structures are now available for improving factory organization.
Okay, thank you, Ada.
Foundations
Thank you.
provide a building grid,
Okay.
which makes it easier to manage placement of any structure. In the event that you are experiencing amnesia for all events prior to planetfall, be reassured that memories of beloved humans and/or animals would have only been distractions from your important mission.
Thank you, Ada. So, now, what's going to happen is, I can start building platforms. I need this thing to go faster. But I'm not quite going to do that just yet. Reason why I say that because I'm not quite ready for it. So this is 120. So I need this thing to go faster. I think if I pick like a pretty good point like this and work on this. Go for. We're gonna go 2 out there. Okay. I need more concrete. Give me more concrete. Oh, that's why it's only 15 per minute. So, I need 5 more. Come on. Alrighty. So here's what we'll do. We'll get this going. Oh, I need rods. Alright, rods. Okay. Bye-bye. So.
Milestone reached. Conveyor belts can now merge, split, and lift to save space and enhance the productivity of your factory. Fixit encourages you to consider investing in verticality when it comes to factory logistics. If you feel stressed by this complexity, imagine yourself on the shore of a vast and calm ocean. Breathe in. Visualize all the people relying on you. The sea is made of billions of faces, each staring at you with hope and tears in their eyes. Breathe out. Feel refreshed and focused on your duties.
I guess we'll do field research next. So. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start getting set up, kind of. I mean, really, I just need one more. Okay, I do need that, actually. Thank you. Alright, so. So, I'm going to do a quick. Never mind. I'm going to wait a little bit longer so I can get resources. Once I got a good amount of resources, I'll come back. Alrighty. So, real quick, I'm going to show you how to make some screws. Alright. So, what you're wanting to do is, because you're making 30 iron per minute, right? This is only using 15. So, what you're going to do, you're going to go boom. And then you're going to run your wire over. You're going to make iron rods. You got to power it. You know. And then we're going to run another power line just in case. And then you're going to place another constructor. Alright. Connect that one like that. Power this one on. And you're going to configure it to screws. Alright. And boom. That's how you automate screws. And then simply put a storage container down. And now you got screws. Alright. Super simple. Super easy to do. Alright. And up here, I'm going to show you, try and show you a super simple power setup for early game. So you're gonna put constructor. I'm missing cables. Alright, grab you some wire. You're gonna need it. And we'll just place that down there right quick. Build you a bunch of wires. That should be good. Place you another constructor. And then you're gonna do a merger. Like, honestly, it can be like right there. Go boom and boom. Connect your storages, and then you're gonna want to put one for leaves and one for wood. Alright, take your leaves, if you have any, put them in there. Boom, bop, bop. Alright, another constructor. Kind of put it about right there. Alright, and then run that there. I don't have that unlocked actually. But, so. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that. So. If you have it unlocked, you can put your biomass and make it into solid biomass, which is much better than regular biomass. It burns at like 10 biomass per minute, but from the amount that you make from leaves and from wood, it's worth it to make it. And then, so super simple setup now is, I don't have enough room. So what you want to do first is you want to put a splitter, right? I'm gonna put it like right there. And yeah, that's about the middle. And what you're gonna do is, now you're gonna take your biomass burner, go 1, 2, 3. You don't gotta put them like nicely. I want to, so I'm going to. Alright, and then if you position it better than I did, you can honestly just do a super simple manifold. Alright, run everything into the biomass burners. Alright, do another row if you have the materials. So it's super simple. It's literally just following like this pattern right here. Except for making it over here, right? So essentially what this does, I'm gonna remove this for right now. Essentially, your biomass or your solid biomass will come out into this splitter, which will send it to each manifold on each side and distribute the biomass into each, here, I'll show you. Distribute each biomass into each burner. Alright, so I'm gonna go grab the rods real quick. so I can finish setting it up. I'll grab some screws. I'll grab some plates. And I think I'm actually good. So like I said, pretty much just like this. It might be beneficial to do a, what I'll say is do a 5x6, I believe. Yeah, 5x6. Alright. Super simple. And then, again, just taking your splitters, creating that manifold, connect them up, boom. Now you got a super simple biomass burner generator, right? What I would do is do one power pole for 2 burners. Alright, and then just simply connect the power poles together. So this power pole has the maximum connections in the middle here, and then each of these have one open so you can run the power out from them. So like, now I'll do like this and then simply connect it there. And now if you look at the power pole, my production is currently at 42.3 megawatts. My capacity is at 250. That's the maximum that this can support. That this grid can supply. And so now all you gotta do is oh, and obviously you want to connect these guys. Make sure those guys are connected. And so now all you do is you go out and you collect your biomass and you toss it into the storage, which gets produced into the biomass. And then, like I said, if you have it unlocked, you can make solid biomass. Oh, that's not the right thing. Believe, yes, here we go. Obstacle clearing, solid biofuel, and so that'll help you out pretty well. So yeah, there's that, and that's like I said, a super simple, like beginning game power setup. And then, you know, you can run like this one over here, and then you need to run power over there, whatever, you can do it, right? And then these, so you have one connection here, which you can then turn into 3 different connections if you need to. Just like how here now I only have one more connection I can make, because I have one connection coming over here to these constructors, powering them, and then running down to my main power supply down here. Super simple power generation setup. So yeah. And another thing you can do is, so here this is producing 120 limestone per minute, but this is only using 45. So again, you can come here, take your conveyor splitter, right? Now, assuming I have enough, I don't have cables, of course. Assuming you have enough materials, you know, that's gonna be the next thing that we're gonna do first is, I get these cables produced. we'll make 6 more of these as well. And then I'm gonna go top up on the plates. So if you think about it, you can roughly do about 3 constructors, right? And then here, all you would do is remove that, place this like so, connect them all up, place your storage container facing the right direction. And be able to power it all like so. And just copy and paste the settings to make concrete, and then those will be producing. Now you are going to be making 135, or requiring 135 limestone, I believe. However, you are only producing 120. Later on down the road, you can what's called underclock and overclock. And so what you want to do is on one of these, just underclock it to 30 limestone per minute, which will, I believe, produce you 10 or 12 concrete per minute. Alright, so that's a basic concrete, like a pretty solid concrete production setup here. Only thing is you need to come back later and underclock it. And over here, to kind of help this out a bit, what you can do is splitter, put a constructor, and run that into there, wire, and then you'll need another constructor. Get that hooked up, and that will do cable. And again, you'll probably have to underclock it at some point, because it requires 60, but you're only producing 30 wire. So you will have to underclock it, and then add in storage, and now you have cable production. So that should be production, like a beginning production, easy to get started once you get past the onboarding. This is like super simple early game what's it called? Early game automation, right? You can take it another step further. So here, this is mining 60 iron ore per minute. I can divert that here, kind of like the same thing you did with the limestone. Limestone is super simple, right? So say this was 60 per minute, right? Say this is the iron ore, right? I'm mining 120 per minute, right? So if I separate that coming out to, I can separate that into 4 smelters, right? For the iron, I can separate this 120 into, or this 120, well, okay, so this is 60, right? So I can separate this 60 into 2, and to split it into 2 smelters, which will burn the 60 iron ore that I'm producing per minute, right? At that point, I can then have that second smelter say I want to produce 40 iron per minute, or 40 plates per minute, right? I can have that second producer going into a constructor as well, producing 20 iron plates per minute, and then you just simply merge them together and have them go into the same container. Same thing here, right? 30 iron per minute, right? But these are only taking 15. So I can simply duplicate this whole setup again. I can be producing 30 iron rods per minute and be producing about 40 screws per minute. Actually, probably more than that, or it would be probably more like almost 100, because you can combine these screws. So since they're only producing 10 and you're producing 15, if you have 2 of these setups, you're producing 30. So you can then split those, you can combine the screws into a merger. And then once you combine them, you can split them up to where they are going into 3 constructors taking 10 rods per minute, which would make you 120 screws per minute. So that's kind of what I will probably be working on. But as a simple beginning, just kind of getting everything set up. Like if I come over here, I can grab these 137 plates. I can come over here and grab 400 and almost a stack of screws. And then I can come over here and grab my copper wire. Boom, 500 wire. And now that I have all this set up, I can just simply come over here, just grab what I need, come over here to the hub, and just put everything in there, and boom, that's field research done. Right, now I can move over to here, start getting all this stuff ready. So I need
resources to research and develop new technologies. Potential technologies include exploration tools, weapons, and factory buildings. These are essential for maximizing your Pioneer efficiency in alignment with Fixit's core pillars: construct, automate, explore, and exploit. To advance Fixit's mission, all notable regardless of...
Alright, so I just needed to skip that. So now, now I got the part assembly that I need to work on. Can I fly? Thank you. So now I need 300 plates, right? So I can put this away and let that just keep growing till it gets up to 300. I have 200 rods ready, so I can just grab those rods. I need 500 screws, so I can just work on getting that back up. Blah, 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 right? I need 200 cable. Alright, well, I just got my cables set up. So I'm creating, 30 cable per minute? Actually, it's probably only like 15 cable per minute. So once this gets to 200, boom, I'm done. I got the cable I need, right? So now that you got it automated, it's just kind of going around, making sure you're getting enough biomass. Because once these start dropping and you start going... So right now my max consumption is 80 megawatts. Once these start dropping and they're no longer producing fuel or power, everything's going to shut down. So you want to, now that you got your base automation set up, you don't have to necessarily be watching over every step of the process. You can come over to, I'm out here in the Dune Desert, I believe is what it's called. and you just simply come over here to this little water pond area, right? And you just work on collecting, leaves and wood, and working on getting everything you need to be able to keep your automation going. So yeah, that is all for this episode, pretty much. Got the base setup going. Got through the hub upgrades and the tier 1 upgrades. So next episode, I will be completely working on getting tier 2. I'm gonna skip this because it's stupid. I've never used these before, so yeah. So yeah, I'll just work on getting that done in the next episode. So yeah, I'll see how that goes. And for the time being, I am going to work on getting biomass going and keep my biomass generators going. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you learned something to help you out. I don't know. I haven't really seen any videos on early game energy. I'm sure they're out there. I haven't personally seen any. I really only have seen once they get up into the coal generators and past that. So yeah, this is just something simple that I've figured out and I worked on. And in all honesty, you can expand this out as far as you want. You could go, 100 blocks of biomass burners. But you want to make sure that you are able to support that, right? You want to make sure you're able to make enough biomass, and that you're able to transport all of that. Because if you can't keep these, say you have 50 on one side, but you can't keep the last 20 filled up, you're losing power that you could have if you just made, you could go 10 deep, right? Say you can keep those 10 easily filled up, and then you just make 4 or 5 of those setups, and you know that 10 long is easy to keep up. So then you just keep making 5, you just make 5 more of those 10 long biomass burners, and just keep all that up, right? And that's pretty easy early game power. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one when we start making a factory. I will be working on getting these all cleared up. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.